Namaskar. Welcome back to the example number 7 for the travel abroad. This example we discussed in the previous video with the help of the EPS tables. We studied a female child who is a doctor and he traveled a few times occasionally to meet her husband who was working abroad as a doctor for some time. And after that, recently he was trying to go abroad for the job, and she got the job offer also. And they were intended to go abroad for the job, but they got the confusion whether to go or not. So those things that we discussed whether she left or not. We had a detailed discussion in the EPS tables, and finally we could understand the native could not travel abroad. Though they got the offer, but they rejected the offer. They wanted to, retain in homeland itself, and they didn't. She did not go abroad. So those things we had a detailed discussion with the help of the EPS table. The same example we are going to study with the help of the PILT table. How far the key planets were useful in finding the Dasa Buddhis are favorable for travel abroad for shorter duration, and also how that running period in which she got the offer, but she did not take up the offer to continue the job, to take the job in abroad. So let us check this example with the help of the filter table in this video. Example number 7, abroad travel for job. Actually, abroad travel for personal trip also. But important thing is abroad travel for job. We have to check in this. And in this video, we are going to check with the PILT table. Now let us examine the birth chart. This is the birth chart of that female native. And let us go to the PILT table and check how this PILT table key planners were useful in finding the destiny and also the periods to travel abroad. So let us use EPS colors, and I will check KP check all, and let me keep open that self significators also. Now let us check the destiny. Destiny planets. Before that, you check that rulers, that all self-significators, Ketu's blue, third occupant, sixth lord, because of the moon, pink shade. It is mixed one, both favorable and unfavorable. Sun is having unfavorable strongly. 5-5 for the job. Okay, it is not good. For the personal trip, it was good, but second sublord is not good. And Rahu, Saturn, Jupiter, they are all, these planets are favorable key planets, and blue are supportive, and Venus also good, and Sun and Moon are strongly not favorable. So other planets, which are the green color planets, also having some obstacles, but not bad. So now let us check the destiny, how the destiny is favoring for the travel abroad. 12th sublord Venus, you can see Venus in all levels ruled by Venus only, and having got the other key planet Mercury also in its supports, and other support planet Mars 181. It is because of the Lagna Lord, and eighth Lord. It is having obstacles also, but occupying Lagna is favorable. So all are fine, and Sun weak significator also in the rulers. So basically, Venus is, all rulers are ruled by Venus itself is favorable. And now we have to check that ninth sublord. Rahu, ninth occupant and ninth sublord, the Karaga planet also Rahu. Rahu is good. And second planet, that is star lord, is Moon. That Moon is having mixed significator. 3, 2, 6, 10, and 3 is good, and 4, 5, 8 is not good. And 2A level planet is Jupiter is good key planet. Jupiter is good key planet. And sublord is Mars. Mars is also a supportive planet because of the Lagna 181. And you can see Mars has got Venus, our good key planet, in supports. That is good. And again, Moon is playing. So Moon is playing role at the star level and last level, and also forming roller link to the 2A level. It is indicating some weakness, but it is supportive because moon is having that Mercury, Rahu, Jupiter, and Saturn in its support. The Rahu is forming ruler link. That is also good. And Rahu there also in the 12 level planet, and last level also Rahu, Jupiter, Saturn are playing. So that destiny planet, that ninth sublord itself is good, and second planet Saturn also good, forming ruler link to the other levels, despite some weakness at the star level and last level. It is forming ruler link and 12 level also supportive. So it is indicating supportive also, it is indicating some obstacles also. So destiny is indicating mixed significator that we are able to identify. Even here also, 12th sublord having got the weakness planet in all levels, sun. So now we could see that destiny is supportive with some obstacles, and depending on the dasa periods only, it will whether it will favor or not. That we have to check. Now the native is running Saturn Mahadasa. Saturn Mahadasa, you can see Saturn star level, 12 level, sub level Mercury, and Venus, all are favorable. Saturn is a good key planet, and Saturn represents Rahu. That Rahu is a primary good key planet, and what else? That star level Venus, all Mercury. Mercury is another good key planet. So the Dasa Lord is having all the good key planets are playing role here. So that Venus is the good, very good key planet is playing role. So Dasa Lord is favorable, and along with that, some weakness also present, right? So Dasa Lord is favoring for travel abroad. So since the destiny is having some weakness, so that Dasa Lord, it is not having the unfavorable key planet of the destiny in its ruler, that is good. But still, since Dasa is having, sorry, destiny is having some weakness, Dasa Lord needs some strong favorable Buddhi to for the event to happen, right? So during that Saturn Dasa, which Buddhi is favorable for travel abroad, that we have to check. Now, before going to that, we have to check the key planets of the Dasa Lord. Which are the strong, favorable key planet of the Dasa Lord? This is Dasa. Saturn is the Dasa Lord. Saturn itself, Dasa Lord itself is a strong key planet. So Saturn is important, and Venus is important, and Mercury also good key planet. Being the free planet, its role will be limited. And Saturn represents Jupiter. Jupiter is another good key planet. So, and Rahu represents that. That is also good. Saturn representing Rahu. So, Saturn, Venus, Mercury. Venus is repeated. You can see Venus is repeated. And Saturn, Venus, and Mercury, and Jupiter. These are the favorable key planets ruling the Dasa Lord. Importantly, Dasa Lord itself is playing role as a good key planet. So the Buddhi Lord should have the Dasa Lord role, Saturn and Rahu in its ruler, and other key planets also will be there in the rulers. That we have to check it. So now the unfavorable key planet which is influencing the Saturn is not now directly unfavorable. Sun is not playing role. Sun is only in the supports. That the Sun is going to influence that unfavorable on the favorable. So now in Saturn Dasa, Buddhi Lord should have these key planets in rulers. Now let us check in Saturn Dasa. Mercury Buddhi, no, Mercury having that moon in the sublevel, not good. And Mercury also not having the Saturn in its rulers. And Ketu having Saturn, but moon is playing role, that is not good. So that is not going to support. So then Venus is all levels. Venus is good. The good key planet of the Saturn, Venus is playing role all levels. But unfortunately, role of Saturn is not present. So that Venus having sun, all levels are having sun. Here all sun all playing role. So though Venus is good, absence of Saturn and the presence of all sun also in the support, it is indicating some weakness. So Venus is good only, but not very strong to act as the Buddhi Lord. Then sun is not going to support. Moon is having some mixed significator in the source because of 4, 3, 2, 16 and 3, 5, 8. For the job, the 5 is not good, but 5 is good for meeting for the personal trip or vacation. That native is trying to try to meet her husband who was working in abroad for a shorter duration. So for that, moon can be favorable, but we have to check the star level, sublevel are favorable. Star is Jupiter, Saturn, Jupiter, Saturn. So the key planet of the Dasa Lord. Dasa Lord's key planet Saturn, Jupiter, that they are ruling at the star level and sub level. So they're very good. And Mercury is playing role at the sublord. You can see Moon having got Mercury in its supports. As I said already, Mercury being the free planet, its role is limited. It cannot act as the star lord for any planet. You can see no planet is in the sub of Mercury also. So Mercury is supporting to the moon only. That way, role of Mercury is also present. Saturn role is present. Saturn is strongly playing role, and Jupiter role is also present. So these two favorable key planets are at the ruling at the star level and sub level, making that moon is favorable. And you can see Saturn is playing role at the star lord, and the supports also you can see forming ruler link, Rahu playing, all the key planets are playing role in supports. So moon is favorable. So moon Bugdi, Saturn Dasa, moon Bugdi, that native, it is supportive for the native to travel abroad. For what purpose he has to travel? She is interested in traveling abroad to meet her husband, the personal trip. So in that case, which is the favorable key planet in Saturn Dasa for such signification? Venus, 2, 7, 5. These significations are ruled by Venus, signified by Venus. That Venus role is not straight away present here. So moon, Jupiter, but that Venus role is not straight away present. So definitely, this moon is supportive for travel abroad on personal trip, because moon is having this 3 and 3 and 5. And also this Jupiter also having this 9, 12, 3, 7 are all favorable for travel abroad to meet her husband. But still, the important key planet Venus is not there in the Bugdi Lord. So definitely in Antara Lord, that Venus should be there along with the other planets. So which is the planet which having that Venus, and also free from unfavorable key planets? Venus only. So Venus, all levels ruled by Venus, and which is not having that other unfavorable key planet in its rulers. That way it is good. And you can see Moon has got Mercury. Mercury is playing role all levels. So she traveled abroad for the first time during Saturn Dasa, Moon Bugdi, and Venus Antra. So that way she traveled for some time for short trip she made to meet her husband. And for that, Moon is supported under Venus. But Moon, as I said, Moon is having weakness, and it will not support for long stay also, because Moon also forming ruler link to all levels, right? So after that Moon, Mars Bugdi was running. Whether Mars is favorable for long travel, Mars is okay. Lagna Lord and representing Venus, Sign Lord is good. But Star Lord Moon is having some mixed significator. That Star Lord is indicating weakness, but Star Lord of the Star Lord Jupiter is good. Sublord is Rahu, is a good key planet, right? Green color planet. So Rahu, that is which is strongly playing role. So under Saturn Dasa, Saturn representing Rahu, that Rahu is playing role at the sub level. So that is good key planet of the Dasa Lord is playing role at the sub level, and also that Rahu and Saturn are forming ruler link to the Star Lord and Star Lord of the Star Lord also, and Sub Lord also, Star Lord of the Sub Lord also. So that way, that Bugdi Lord, though it is having some weakness at the star level, at 2A level is good, and forming ruler link, and along with that sublord also good, and also forming ruler link, it is good. So Mars is favorable. But as we said, Mars is having star level moon are playing role. So it will not supportive for long stay. So during that Mars period, She had a short trip on for the job purpose, and that Mars book the which antara she traveled abroad. That antara should be free from the unfavorable moon. Rahu having moon, Jupiter having moon, Saturn is not having moon, and Saturn is having that key planet of the Buddhi Lord Rahu. Saturn is playing role, and all our favorable key planets are playing, right? So that way you can see Saturn is also having the Buddhi Lord Mars also in supports. So she traveled abroad during Saturn Dasa. Next travel Saturn Dasa, Mars Bugdi, Saturn Antra. For for few days he traveled abroad for the job prospects, for the job purpose. She traveled. So after that, she did not travel. So then Mars Bugdi over. Then Rahu Bugdi would have supported for travel abroad? No, Rahu would have not definitely supported. Then Jupiter. Now she is running Jupiter Bugdi. Jupiter Bugdi is traveling from July 2022 onwards. Then native was looking for a good prospect, job prospects in abroad. She wanted to go go to abroad for job. So you want to stay there for long. So Jupiter is the star level, 2A level. If you look at the Jupiter 9, 12, 3, 7, 4, and star level Saturn is 10, 11, 9, 4, and 10. This Saturn is very good key planet for the job prospects, and Jupiter and Saturn combination is good for the abroad travel for the job prospects. But 2A level also good, and look at the sublord moon, it is not good. Moon is indicating weakness. This 4, 3, 2, 6, 10 is good only, but 5 and 8, 3, 5, 3, 5 and 8 is indicating weakness, right? That moon is also forming ruler link to the planet and the star level. It is influencing the planet and the star level. But during that Saturn Dasa, Jupiter Bugdi, she was actually looking for the job, and she applied for the job and she got the offer also. So during Saturn Dasa, Jupiter Bugdi, Jupiter Antra itself, she got the job offer. But she wanted to go abroad. Definitely Jupiter Bugdi, Jupiter Antra will not favor for the travel abroad because of this problem. But during the Saturn Antra, when it was running, she had accepted the offer, and she was interested in going abroad. But they were not mentally satisfied what to do and all. Whether we have to go, for the job, to take up the job in abroad because of some issues, then they were hesitating. But actually, they did not finally take the offer. So in Saturn Dasa, Jupiter Bugdi and Saturn Antra, they dropped the order. That offer that she did not go abroad to join the job. Because this is not a one, this is for two reasons we have to keep it in mind. One thing is, Bugdi Lord should be stronger one to support for the travel abroad. Bugdi Lord has got the sublord having some weakness already we discussed. But because of the moon is having supportive for the job prospects and not job prospect, is not good for the stability. So it is having some mixed significations, but it has got the good planet in support. So Jupiter, Saturn are forming rodal link. It is favorable. Somehow it is supportive. So because of that only they got the offer and they wanted to go. They got the doubt because moon is connecting. Moon is signifying, you can see 3, 5 and 8. It is indicating some weakness, mental instability. And the Saturn period, Antara started, they wanted to go abroad, but Bugdi Lord, for this reason, it is not very strong because Sublord is having weakness. Bugdi Lord is not very strong. It will not favor for travel abroad. And moreover, Bugdi Lord is not only weak at the sublevel because of the unfavorable key planet for the travel, not only for the travel abroad, it is also not good for the stability and in the job prospects because he has to go there and stay for long for the job. It is not a few days work where she can go and come back like she had the two previous visits. But this will not favor for her to stay for long. So because of that, Saturn Dasa, Jupiter booked he got the offer, and she could not take any decision in Jupiter Antra itself. We get confused. And in Saturn Antra started, Saturn, she had the decision not to go abroad. So that the planet which is more unfavorable in Jupiter is Moon. That Moon is influencing the Saturn also, and all the rulers are influenced by the other unfavorable planet Sun. So during that period, importantly, Ugdilad is not strong. During that period, they did not accept. She dropped the offer, and finally she did not go abroad for the job. I think you're able to understand. We will meet in the next video. Good luck.